Let us get into the crux of the matter for today. We will listen and we will talk. Begin listening.
Good afternoon, my brothers and sisters. Every Bamenda Pekin will hear this message, make it pass on. It gets something with the worry me, I really want to put head together, see whether it be go.
Now, you listen to the sheer softness of the voice of this woman, who is even very shy to give her name, because she doesn't give her name. She doesn't introduce herself. So it's an anonymous audio. Nobody knows who is talking. Shy perhaps of her very close ones who know the person talking here. But she doesn't give her name because she knows it is deception. Because she knows that she's doing a veiled job, that she's doing a higher job. She knows. And again, because Yaounde tells themselves that no, somehow this message, this woman's voice is soft, it's a bit captivating, and oh, she is talking with so much concern, as if she loves us so much. And so therefore, they should take and put images on them of people they themselves have killed. Oh yes. Listen, for those who don't know, the late learned barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi was a founding member of the consortium. The late learned barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi swore to us when he was going in. He said, let me go inside there and try to fight from within. And of course, he was doing his level best. We could see that. But recall one thing, because nobody has taken time to establish the link between the brutal killing of barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi and the dangerous cartel in Yaounde, manned by the Amugubelingers, the Laurent Esso, the Ripo Motaze, the Paul Atanganjis, and the René Emmanuel Sadi. I will tell you how. Go back down memory lane, and I will look for those videos and bring back here. Barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi was the first ever to start raising dust, serious dust, about what you are now hearing today as ligne 94, ligne 65, about those budgetary lines. He is the one that started raising hell and asking loud and clear in the Senate, what is happening? How are these budgetary lines, these budgetary heads, how are they run? What criteria do you take in doling out billions to one person or the other? He was only later joined by Ninja in Douala. I mean, the person that started was Barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi. And when he started, he made his voice loud and insisted at one point for Minister Ripo Motaze to respond, because he was followed up by Ninja. And Minister Ripo Motaze said, parliamentarians ought to be very excited and happy that he doled out 3 billion to Amugo Bellinger to use in buying telesuit. That usually the white people coming to buy in our place, they should be very excited that we were the ones that Cameroon was on buying off from white people. You should now understand why they needed Barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi dead. It was never in Ambazonians' interest for Barrister Kemede Henry Gamsi to die. It was never. Because he was one voice. Although we didn't want him to go there to represent Ambazonia, we don't want any representation there. But he used his time there to clamp down on the system. And therefore, the Ripo Motazes, the Amugo Bellingers, anxious to silence any single voice that was rising to talk about ligne 94, ligne 65. They did everything to get him picked up from a gas station, the same time that they picked up Zogo. And before you knew it, he was brutally assassinated. And then they turn around and arrest some innocent people and claim that they had. I'd like everybody to know that is where it came from. Nobody should deceive you. That is where it came from. And today, someone issues a video, an audio of deceit, and they have the effrontery, the audacity, the guts to put the picture of our dear bereaved hero on it. Anyway, listen on.
Okay. From our 47 getting to 48 years today on earth, I know say Bamenda will be one of the most peaceful and the most cleanest town inside Cameroon. Bamenda will be in a place where if you go anywhere, even for midnight, you dey free for work and come back. Bamenda will be a place where if you dey, you always dey happy. Na job, na house, na education, where every person we dey Cameroon today, we if you be a wealthy or a poor man or a known person, you know say okay, you don't send picking for school for Bamenda, you be proud. Wait, it don't happen today.
Now, you see, she paints this picture herself. Bamenda was a place that, Bamenda was the educational citadel of Cameroon. Bamenda was the greatest. Bamenda was the best. Bamenda was the place to be. Oh Lord, she wants to touch our sentiments, touch our feelings. Oh, cry the beloved country. Don't even forget too that the ministers of La République du Cameroun in Yaounde, the citizens of La République du Cameroun, with all the financial power because they could embezzle all the money the government coffers, had literally taken our schools away from us. Oh yes, our poor people were now fighting with them to earn at least even just 1/3 of the places in Sacred Heart. Oh yes. Our people are now fighting with them to earn even just 1/5 of the places in Our Lady of Lords, in PSS, in BHS, everywhere, not only in Bamenda, but even in Boya, in Victoria, in Okoyom, everywhere. Everywhere. They were harassing. Today, you want us to feel that, oh no, this Bamenda, that was such a great place. Oh Lord, what has happened to us? Don't we think we should just go back to that particular Bamenda? We should not aim for higher. Let's just go back to accept the little that we had. Oh, like seriously? CPD and mommy, you try. Oh, let's listen on.
Now only we would destroy our own land. We don't deny our own beginning education. We don't deny our self-development. We don't deny ourselves many things. And we won't begin when they struggle for make the city, make it be something. We self, we don't push them out. May they go develop other town there. We see how other cities they develop, only Bamenda remain. Why? We know if we come back home. We parents they die, we know if we come back for bury them. Why would they punish your own self? When they punish Nabia, would they punish yourself? Would they see how Bamenda?
Now, you see, gradually she's coming to her point. What did I say yesterday? She's highlighting the pain, but doesn't want to mention the gain. She's highlighting the pain, magnifying it, but doesn't want to mention the gain, what we stand to benefit. By sending these people out, that Bamenda she's talking was already mediocre. If you were not mediocre, we would not be fighting. That Bamenda that she's painting, that picture she's painting, was already a picture that was despicable to us because we knew we deserved better. And that's why I'm repeating here that any time you settle for less than you deserve, you will end up with less than you settled for. This guy, oh, we cannot go back and bury our people. We cannot come back to... Listen, the dead will bury the dead. All of us are affected. Not just you. All of us are affected. All. Listen, my people. Some of these side pains, this collateral damage, it happened in every liberation movement. We're not the first. It happened in Southern Sudan. The people who felt pains, sometimes from their own people. It happened in East Timor. It happened in Bougainville. It happened in Eritrea. Look for an Eritrean if you can meet any. Ask them, talk to them. They will tell you that the pain was even more than what we are living through. Because at the time, they did not even have social media that was there to expose some of those things. Oh yes. but they stayed focused. They also had a lot of black legs. They also had those selfish and wicked elite, but they stood their grounds because they knew what they wanted. And finally, they got what they wanted. They refused to settle for less than they deserve. They refused to listen to this kind of deception hidden in a soft voice. Let's listen again.
That became a long Yaounde, develop the whole of Yaounde. What would you think? Una dey see wetin dey happen for Nigeria today. Una see how Igbo people they develop Lagos. Wetin dey happen today. Make we remember, say tomorrow, if it happen for we. This message not just for we Bamenda beginners. So make we find way for see how we fit do. Make peace come back for our place. If you don't get wetin way you want, like wetin way you get.
Did you hear that? Let peace come back. Who make peace come back for we place? Where the small will get them. We will just manage the small get like we managed before. We will just get with peace. She doesn't care about justice. She doesn't talk about justice. No. After the whole thing, where we will just care about peace. Where if you don't think get wait where you want them, like wait where you get them. Oh, like seriously? Like seriously? Listen, we have never had peace. We have never had. Experts will tell you that what we were living through was what they call stereo peace. Because people just decided to give up and were living and partly living. There was never peace. There can never be peace without justice. It will never happen. There can never be peace without justice. I want you to see it. That's why she cannot mention justice. She will only mention peace. Some thoughts that you have some peace. That kind of peace where you live from morning till evening. You don't know what you eat the next day. That kind of peace that by the time you manage to get 10,000 francs to put 10 liters of petrol, because now it is even not available in a lot of places, to put 10 liters of petrol in your car, to go out there and drive a taxi. They want to earn some little money to feed your family. You start getting worried about police, military and whatever checkpoints all over the place to claim from you 2,000. You call that peace? You call that peace? You go to school, you finish even from a professional school, you come and you work for 3, 4, getting to 5 years without pay. Yet they expect you to go to work. You call that peace? You sell your property and everything and send your child to school. The child goes to school to graduate with a master's and does not have a job, comes back to their house and starts expecting you to feed them. You call that peace? Oh no, come on, give me a break. You have PhD holders, people with master's degrees who are supposed to be creating jobs, riding commercial motorbikes. You call that peace? Oh my goodness. When if your child aspires to become a magistrate, you need to start looking for where you will go around and scrape 10 million CFA to enable that child to get into NM. If you don't have that, don't dream. You call that peace? Come on, my people. Reason with me. Come, let's reason together. That's why I'm agreeing with you, the vigilance solidarity. When you say they are thanking you, talk of the 4 victims in Boya, that they are thanking Paul Biya as if he is doing them a favor, instead of asking him where he has kept the money of selling their natural resources and the taxes they pay. Really, what a pity, my brother. What a pity, my brother. Thank you, peace of God. That we, because you say we Ambazonians did the right thing and we are proud of who we are. Yes, that's who we are. Proud of who we are. Proud of being involved in this liberation struggle. Proud of being able to rise and fight for what we truly believe in. Proud to stand up and get ready to die to make sure we live for future generations of Ambazonians, of Southern Cameroonians, a wonderful and beautiful country. Let me tell you, my dear people, such elements as this woman talking here are some of the most dangerous people you should have around you. Those are the people who lure you, who prepare you to accept an unfortunate fate. Because just grooming the victim to accept an unfortunate fate. Try harder, Mama. Let's listen to her again.
We get everything we take free for being happy as Bamenda people. we'll get them. When I be grow up, we did do community development, we did develop a place, and Bamenda was perfect, Bamenda was fine, Bamenda was beautiful. But today we don't take our own hand, we just destroy everything. I know they support the government, no. But if government no one give you it we want, the small one will get them, more will and die, more no destroy.
Now, did you hear this lady saying that we ourselves are destroying our own city? Mama, did you see the soldiers burning down hundreds of our villages? The soldiers of La République du Cameroon. Where were you when the soldiers burned down, brought down houses and hospitals round about in Bamenda, in the heart of Bamenda, before your very eyes? Where were you when these same soldiers happened at my aid in Bamenda, scattered houses, destroyed them, broke them, and later on said they were mistaken? Where were you when these same soldiers descended in Debunking, burned down houses, destroyed people's homes? Where were you? Have you forgotten that in that same Bamenda, these same soldiers burned down the house of a pastor who pleaded and died? It only took God's grace for him to rescue his son from the hands that they were going to kill. Where were you? Where were you? If you are truly living in Bamenda, you will not open your mouth. Let me not use a bad word to say this kind of trash. No. If you were living in Bamenda and if you have a conscience, you will not open your mouth to say this kind of thing. We have those soldiers on video, on camera, burning our villages, burning people alive. Where were you when these soldiers burnt Mami Api alive? Where were you? The videos are all over the place. Homes raised to nonsense, to dust, and you come and tell us that we're destroying our own cities? And then if the government cannot give us what we want, let us like what we have? Like, seriously? You evoke the spirit of community development. That's who we are. But that evil government doesn't even allow the people the freedom to develop their own land. No, it doesn't. That's why we need them out of our territory. You see, this is what I tell you. Deceit. Hidden. I need to support me government too. Oh, like, who asked her whether she was supporting government? That guilt of knowing exactly what she is doing. She's beginning by being preemptive. I need to support me government too. No. I'll show you, my people. Yesterday when I was talking about this, it was still an audio. By this morning, they have made it a video like this one, so that they will use it to deceive, to brainwash, to confuse as many of our people as possible. Please, as you watch this video, share this video, share this communication, share it as much as you can. Let our people be edified and stay clear of this kind of serpents that come across as shepherds. Like, seriously, let's listen to her again.
This message now for our brothers we did it for bush with anger. Would you beg them as mommy them? Would you beg them as sisters? Would you beg them as their wives them? So make they come, make we sit down. We as Bamenda, we feel be, we as Bamenda picking them. We feel she don't down with herself, we develop we that place, we develop that Bamenda, we make them happy. We make them.
Now you see, she's landing. She's landing fully. At first she was making, she had our interest so much. She's so caring. Now she has come to where she was headed. Make we poison, we brothers, and when they did for bush, where we talk for them, like their sister them, like their wives them, like their mama them. Make they throw away that stick, they come. Me we should run now. We'll be with Bamenda. Oh, like seriously. Una be with Bamenda. This is exactly what she meant to say. She meant to say we should surrender. This is what this woman meant to say. And she kept going around beating about the bush and all this. No. Her message, her key message is, make we surrender to La République du Cameroon. Because that's the best thing that we did for we on offer for now. Her message. The cause of her message. Hey, she said, make the cash run down. May we talk. La République du Cameroon is that entity that does not want dialogue. No, they don't. Listen, our people, against every odds, accepted to sit in Switzerland. Even when some of us said it was not the right thing to do because they are army because the whole thing was shrouded in confusion. But that will was that they went. Did La République show up? No. Recently, La République is self-called on the government of Canada. Come, help me. See who can talk with Buddhist people. We met with them in Canada. They met our people in Canada for pre-talks, came to conclusions, signed documents. But La République du Cameroon got frightened. Because they thought they were going to be, because they say, oh, we're always quarreling, we're always fighting, we can't unite, we can't work together. They thought they were going to meet a disorderly bunch and further divide and rule. But when they got to Canada, they met a very organized and united set of people. And they knew from the document signed that now if we come to the next stage, we are going to be discussing the root causes of the ongoing genocidal war in Ambazonia. And they have no argument. They have nothing to present. They have no claim to our land. They violated international law. What they are doing, this kind of colonialism, is criminal. La République knows they can't come for dialogue. That's why they don't want dialogue. That is the only reason they will send this kind of people to come and tell us that the only thing that we need to do is surrender. That is all. And she says dialogue. Dialogue with who? With people whose only form of dialogue is brutality, is burning down our villages and burning people alive, is capturing our young men and slaughtering them at will, is supplying poisonous drugs to our population indiscriminately. Come on, Mama, examine your conscience and come back. Let's listen to her again.
If government don't want to help, we make we do something instead for leave and make it spoil. Make we see how we do. Because we did fight, we did destroy, we own picking and know the fit come home. But if you go for other town them, other province, the way they fight the same thing where we fight, life they go on. They can't for and no life really go on. Make we think now. Make we think see what really happen today for Nigeria, make it not happen for we. May we not go develop here when they finish tomorrow, they begin send we back. It go hard for we. Make us see how we fit do. If not for she done, we say for talk with two brothers the way they do for bush. May they see. So may they give we opportunity. May they know the Easter fight we.
Look, those who have decided to go and build La République du Cameroun, they are doing that at their own risk. Those are the people who don't want the good of the majority of the people. Those are greedy folks. Greedy folks. Come, let's put our hands together and send out these intruders out of our land so that we can develop our land and make it a place to be. You decide to cut your millions and go and invest in Douala, invest in Yaounde, when you know that when you make it, when the Armageddon will begin, they will chase you out of there with whips. Some of them are even already dying carelessly. Yeah, these are greedy people. They fall in the same category like some of our people. I know some will be very angry with me for saying this. Some will even say that I'm wicked for saying it. I told them, listen, we can look for other avenues to do business than continue to ship to the Douala seaport. We ship the most in that Douala seaport and provide money to the République du Cameroun to buy guns, to buy bullets, to buy everything and kill our own brothers and sisters. Oh yes, it's the same greed. There are other people now, a good lot of Ambazonians today, who are now going and investing in other African capitals because they understand, let us starve La République du Cameroun of these resources. Invest somewhere else, and when the time comes, when we have injected them, we will use the proceeds of those investments to construct our cities, our towns and cities. And within only a few years, it took just 50 years to make Dubai what it is. So if we're not getting right to the level of Dubai, we're getting just 1/10 of Dubai. It can take us 5 to 10 years maximum. So if you have decided that you will go and take sides with those who are destroying your land, who are burning down your villages, who are killing your people, burning your people alive, who have decided to send a good lot of your brothers and sisters on exile, who have sent a good lot of your brothers and sisters into the forest, send them as refugees in neighboring countries, transform your daughters, your sisters into prostitutes all over the place. You decide to side with them, you decide to go and develop the city. It is your business. It is at your own risk and peril. That's not a factor that should cause some of us to be losing sleep. No, we can't do that. We can't lose sleep over that. That would be foolishness. That would be so much stupidity. I, for one, can't lose sleep over that. Because I've been telling these people by day and by night, stop what you are doing. Some of them even bought pieces of land, started constructing, and they chased them away with whips. I showed those videos here. We tell you, be careful. This is the time for us to fight and take back our land. There is time for everything. Time for everything. No, Mama, learn to tell your children the truth. You see, she keeps repeating over and over. We say, we feel call brother them. We they day for bush. May they can't shit down. More talk for the same. May they stop that vet. More leave them. More take the small way government don't do. That is her message. That's why she keeps coming to it over and over. She had no two things to say. This is what she was sent to say by Fine Diego Francis and the others. Oh yeah, because yeah, Fine Diego Francis and acquaintances know him so well. Of course, he's now coming. He says he has done so much with the DDI and they have killed as much as possible. So he's now expecting to be rewarded with the position of Prime Minister. Oh, Oga, go there. You see what's happening to Chief John Gute Joseph there? If they eject him from that position, that will be the happiest man. Because an official has never been that ignored, insulted, dehumanized. I mean, dignified. Oh yes, that's what you want? Go for it. But Mama, leave our people alone. We know your kinds, and you will never take us down that road again. Let's continue to listen to her. We'll listen to her all the way to the end. We shall not let anything escape unanalyzed because our people need to know the truth.
We no fit come back home, we no fit do business, we no fit go school, but men that before they go, would they destroy our own self now when one build while other people they build their own. I watch one video where one girl do one. I see comment where somebody make am from Southwest say, no come Bamenda, when American person say one can't like that city. One person say, if you can't Cameroon, no go Bamenda, or Bamenda is a very dangerous place. You can come to the Southwest. Now so one grow. Americans they only come back for Africa for cancer. And they didn't know Cameroon. Some of them go even like for camp for Bamenda. How they want come with all this problem? Maybe we will build land. We safe. And remember, even inside villages, mommy the way they don't get anything, they beast.
So you hear what she says. In a very veiled manner, she tries to reintroduce a failed philosophy. That I think they call Northwest Southwest divide. Hey, no come Bamenda. They say no go Bamenda. Bamenda is a very dangerous place. No go there if you want to try. Can't Boya, can't Limbe, or can't Victoria. You see how they live for the. Oh come on, we have gone past that. We have heard this before. Play another sound. This one is a broken record. Broken record. I don't want to waste a lot of our time on that one. Let's listen to some other inanities that you say. This one that is just read as a broken record. That one has long been overcome. La République du Cameroon, we will never be divided again. There's even another stuff that they have written somewhere there about some of our brave brothers and sisters in the United States, yes, who themselves are going to the dungeons today because they decided to stand up for their people. Look, those are brave people. History will have a great place for them. And I'm calling on all of us in the United States of America. We must make sure we continue to watch over the families that are leaving behind as they are going into the dungeons. They were standing up for our freedom. Self-defense is a right. They were standing up for our freedom. We cannot abandon them. No matter what they say, left, right, and all of those things, we can't. They are also now prisoners of war. The same category like those who are in the dungeons of La République du Cameroon. We cannot abandon them. No. We will stand with them all the way through all those years. We will stand with them. Trust me on that. I will come back to that. Let's finish with this serpent who dressed like a shepherd.
Yes, we are still surviving. We can survive. They say, ask yourself what you have done for your nation. not what the nation has done for you. Ufi build Bamenda.
Stop this fallacy. You hear that? Ask yourself what you have done for your nation, not what your nation can do for you or has done for you. Listen, the person who made that statement had a clear context in which he made that statement. He made that statement about the United States of America, where the government leaves nobody behind, where the government stands for its people every day, where the government makes sure that even people who are homeless have a place to sleep, where they send people into the streets to catch homeless people and take them into 5-star hotels. Yes, that's what happens. When they make sure that there is food drive, they share food at every junction to people who may have difficulties having food. When even in school, they provide free meals to the children, even in high school. Oh yes, during the pandemic era, you know what they used to do? Because the children were not going to school because of the pandemic and they were studying from home, they made sure that the food the children ought to eat in school is available for parents to pick it up to their homes for those children. That is the kind of country that is worth dying for. That is the kind of country that you also sit and ask yourself, what have I done for this country? Because the country has given me too much. But a country that is taking everything away from you, why should you ask yourself what I've done for it? A country that's taking everything away from you, including your life. Petrol now, yesterday was 630, today was 650, today is 730. And you can't even find it. You now buy the funge for 1,000, 1,200, some even 1,500. Fiscal stamp that was 500 yesterday, today is 1,500. International passport that you established yesterday for 25,000, 33,000. Today you need 120 something thousand to get that same passport. Which country are you talking about? The same one? A country where all over the world governments were providing assistance for their citizens for survival with the lockdowns caused by a pandemic. That government rather went out to racketeer from its people. Is that a country you say somebody should ask themselves what they have done for it? Or what they can do for it? Oh no. I recall the late Simon Quentin. Once we had a program on, I guess you should try to adjust your volume, my brother there. You're saying there's no volume here. That's John Leke. Please try to adjust the volume at your end because I think that, I'm quite audible enough. Is anyone else not hearing me properly? So I was saying we had this program once with the late Simon Quentin. I was on Morning Safari on CRTV National Station. And we're talking about patriotism. What is patriotism? And one people defining is the love one can have for their country, right to the point where they can die for their country. And I guess it's the late Simon Quentin who said, make sure you only die for a country that is worth dying for. Did you hear that? Only die for a country that is worth dying for. Because not every country is worth dying for. No. Not like we did to Cameroon. No, not Cameroon. Not worth dying for. Even for 1 second. Even for 1 second. No. You come and open your mouth. And you're asking all sorts of stupid questions. Thank you very much, new DXB. Yeah, you said the volume is okay. So, my brother John Leke, please just try to adjust your volume at your end. I suppose that you'll be able to get me properly. Don't worry, we haven't getting towards the end of this show. I just want us to have this moment. Because this moment helps us to better appreciate the kind of literature that is shared in our ears, that is shared for our people to listen. And you see, she did not speak in English. She spoke in pidgin, in broken English, so that at least she tells herself, I will confuse more of the masses as much as possible. The very unsuspecting who would think that, oh, this our sister really loves us. This our mama really cares for us. They wouldn't know that this is a serpent. The very kind of serpent in the Garden of Eden that rid Eve and Adam of the beautiful future God had for them. Oh yes. This. Let's listen to her again. We just have 2 minutes of her. and we go.
Make am a paradise for we. And it just beg. Make we not let wetin happen for wey happen now for Yaounde, make it happen for brothers and sisters. So they carry money go bill for Yaounde. I'm not denying we say make we not bill. But before the bill for Yaounde, we remember to so for develop our own place. So that if tomorrow the one they send we back, may not be so don't carry out and go invest for the way they do today for evil people. Make we not have.
There is some very interesting thing she just said here. See, when we go build Yaounde or not, may we try for care for all so that tomorrow, if they want to send we back, did you hear that? She herself knows that there will be a day Yaounde where they will seize everything that you have and send you back. She knows. She knows the truth. And even as much as she pretends, that truth is still coming out, even very unconsciously. Hey, greetings, Salo Salo. Salo Salo, it's been ages. It's been ages. Where have you been? I've not seen you here for a long time. I hope you are still very strong in the struggle. Greetings, my dear. Yes, thank you very much for letting me know that the volume is pretty good. So, my brother, Mr. Leke, okay. Mr. Leke, you still repeated there is no volume. Something should be wrong at your end. Just try to check because I see about 4 or 5 people indicate that the volume is just okay. So you see this lady, let me get back to her. So after she has spoken, she said, make we take care of Ubamenda because the day where as we be for Yaounde, someone find way, come back, because the day where they will drive we. Hey, she knows it. I have said here over and over that day will come when you will be chased away, when all those enablers, all those black legs, all those so-called elite, all those so-called CPDM top notches or top guns or whatever they call themselves will be chased away and they'll be looking for where to go. She is one of them. She knows the truth and unconsciously she has said it here, even when she's trying to deceive people. My dear brothers and sisters of Ambazonia, my dear brave warriors of our liberation movement, this is a time more than ever for us, for us to remain vigilant, for us to mind the kind of messages we share, because this kind of ones, they will flood the whole place and you'll be embarrassed, as I bet you. Let's listen to her again.
That one. Now just a small message this one get them. I beg more pass this message. Make it go reach for picking the way they do for bush. Make go reach for them. Maybe go speak small sense for our head. Make we know. So if we put down our arms and we'll talk together, we'll see how if we bring peace back for this whole town. Because when they cry, they go, the person who they cry, not even look, we not even care. Now we need to destroy ourselves. Because we will let our picking them, may they go school. May we live our brothers, may they come back and develop their city. May we live for brothers, may they come back and do the business so they will do and be here.
She said, make we left for picking them, may them go school. My dear brothers and sisters, who are those who have been attacking our children in school and killing them? Who killed baby Carol Lewis? Who killed baby Tato Brandy when she was coming back from school? Who killed baby Carol Lewis when her mother was taking her to school? Look at those 2 students of the University of Boya. Who killed them? And after they killed them, they claimed that they were freedom fighters. Who killed them? Who are those raiding our schools, getting into the schools and forcing themselves on our children and impregnating them in school and sending them the other way? Who are they? Mama, you know the truth. Speak this truth loud and clear. Speak it loud and clear. I see my brother, peace of God. You say even Cameroon Calling, which was one of the best Sunday morning programs, is also dead. Of course, anything Paul Biya touches dies. Anything that Paul Biya touches dies. Anything like the Cameroon touches dies. That is why we need them out of our land. That's why we need to get them out of our land the fastest possible. So she said, may we level brother, may they come do business. May they come do small business. May we level we do which business? Look at the savings of our mothers, our wives, our sisters, our struggling people in the credit unions. Mama, La Republic soldiers are breaking into those credit unions every day and stealing this money because they want to destroy. We caught them on camera On ghost towns, they breaking into shops and looting. Mama, you did not see. Those videos are there. The pictures are there. Caught on camera, breaking into shops and looting. Soldiers of like people to Cameroon. You saw them. Today you are making as if you did not see. The same people who will just get up one morning, come into a quarter, pick up everybody and start telling you, you either pay 500,000 or you will take Amber and shipped to Yaounde. Those are the people you should be talking to. Not to us who are struggling to liberate our land. Not to us who are struggling to make sure we have a land we can call our own. We have a home we can call our own. Who are making sure that we take back our country so we can sit down and define our own development priorities. And make our country a Dubai, a Rwanda in a few years only. You are addressing yourself but to us. Like seriously. Even the taxi drivers who are struggling to do small business, how is it going? Is it us collecting money from them? I mean, just between Banana and Bali, they count 15 checkpoints at which 2,000 is collected. Are you aware of this, Mama? Are you aware? Oh. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. What a shame. You see? Well, she has a few seconds to go. Let's listen to her again because we must conclude her.
Help. Make we live with family members. Make they come home when somebody die. Make they be able for burial. Make we fit come back home for visit to parents. Or fit come back home for relax. We no get home again. But make that pikin no get home. We no get home. We no get place for go. We the beg we na say make we.
Mama is correct here. But many people, we don't have a home again. Look at me sitting here. What am I doing here? Was I supposed to be here? Was I supposed to be here? I should be back there in Ambazonia, be able to go to Ashon and sit in judgment over my people as my father led me, as my father picked me to do. I can't. I can't. I don't have a home. We don't have a home. And we are not the cause is likely to be to Cameroon. Mama, you know, you are eating and drinking with them. You are dining with them. And then you come to transform us, the victims, into the problem. Oh, like seriously. You tell us who are the victims that we are the problem. Like seriously? Is this reverse reasoning? Or what am I hearing here? Oh, no. This Mama, there are many of them like this in our community. Many of them. I say, she decided not to call her name on purpose because she knows if she knew that if she called her name, we will know her, we will identify her for who she is. That's why she coyly decided to record this message without mentioning her name. Because she's one of those CPDM cronies. She's one of those enablers. She is one of those wicked elite, greatly selfish elite, who don't care if all our people are burnt alive in their homes. Who don't care if the 184 or 85 young boys who were carted in Mato are all slaughtered in one day. She doesn't care. All she cares is that let her stand to go and say, oh, that my voice, that medicine, I beg you, give me position, even for director, even for minister, or make you appoint me as senator. Dirty water for beans. Let's hear.
We cry. May una pity we. May una allow una brothers and sisters when they out, may they feel come back home peacefully. Now, just a small thing, this one get them for talk. And I pray, say God go touch the hearts of those the way they did for bush. May they see say we go fish she done down. Find any way.
No, Mama. The people where God need for touch their hearts and people like you. She and all those evil cronies are the people whose hearts God needs to touch. Oh yes. I am agreeing with you, my brother Johnny Boti, who says what happened is in Mato and the environment is exactly what makes many people not to go back home. Yeah. Because they just come one morning, come in the quartier and sweep everybody. This Mama talking here, has she raised her voice in protest against that capture of those 184 boys in Mato? Like the Cameroon carted 45 bike riders going to see their own colleague slaughtered by the military of the Republic of Cameroon to his final resting place. They were captured. Until this day, 16 of them have not been accounted for. Has this mama mentioned that? Is she thinking about that? Has she opened her mouth to cry about that? Has she opened her mouth to mourn the brutal death of baby Brandy Tato? Has she opened her mouth to mourn the brutal death of baby Carol Louise? Of Mama Happy? Has she? Of the 23 innocent people in Gabon that the government of Cameroon could not even finally deny that they did it. Has she opened her mouth to talk about them? Has she mourned for them? Does she have a pious thought for them? She says God should touch whose heart? The heart of those who are fighting to free the land, to protect people, to make sure people live a better life. No. It is the heart of people like you, Mama, that God needs to touch. Yes, the hearts of people like you. Those are the hearts that God needs to touch. And I'm actually petitioning God today to touch your heart and the lights of you, wherever they may be, that you should turn from your evil and begin thinking of your people. Yeah, like you heard our brother Johnny Botti say, if I were a young man, because of course I was there, somewhere in Nigeria, wherever, and they tell me to come back home after what happened in Mato, you think I will? It is because of brave women who don't think like you. Brave women who have a conscience, who have a heart, that the ones who were carted in a corner were not killed. That they were released. Because of brave women, not cowards like you. Yeah. If they were cowards like you would have been blaming those children for allowing themselves to be arrested because they wasted the time of the military to come and arrest them and disturb them to have time to destroy them. But those mamas, they have a heart of grace. You saw those Mama Amber singing there. Oh, Mama Amber. Mama Amber. Because they have a heart to fight for what is right. They're not cowards like you. Let's listen on.
If we bring peace for ourselves, may as they defy the government, may we live for all citizens then. May they continue the development. We don't do one before. At the back corner, all this much in this packet. And the best way hear this message, you touch your heart, make it share. As for the share, and so God could touch your heart. Because always we need understanding, peace and understanding and togetherness. Any house we not be together, it is scatter. Make we unite, we permit that beginning. Make we unite, we bring peace back.
Yes, I agree with her that we need to unite. At least, yeah, I agree with her. That we need to unite, but not to unite to surrender. We need to unite to fight on for what we believe in, to fight on for our right, to fight on for what is ours, to fight to liberate our land, to fight to send these locusts out of our land. That is why we need to unite. Thank you, Nini Ernest. I hear you well. That what they are doing, the noise they are making is hypocrisy. This is the textbook definition of hypocrisy. Oh yes, she said we need to unite. True. That's why I agree with her. We need to unite, but not to surrender, because that will be the worst sin ever. Listen, when you heard Honorable Weber say with pride in Parliament that you never conquered us at war, that is the element of our pride. La République du Cameroun never conquered us at war. But today, La République du Cameroun wants to prove to us that they will subjugate us by conquering us at war. And that's why they are using voices like these ones to make us to surrender. Imagine when they did not conquer us at war, they treated us like subhumans. When they finally, if it ever happens, conquer us at war, can you imagine what will happen? Try, just try, close your eyes a bit. Try to think about it. This is why I tell you, anytime you want to feel discouraged about this liberation movement, hurriedly close your eyes and think about what will happen if we fail. Because failure is not supposed to exist in any of our dictionaries. It doesn't have to be part of this whole business. Failure is a word we should eject from our dictionary. Because if we get there, I don't want to say. I don't want to talk. Because you can imagine that for yourselves. So therefore, we have to remain strong. Let's kick her out of her remaining 22 seconds.
Build a great Bamenda. Bamenda he make u build am abeg una muna no leave am make e lost. Bamenda the ruin, Bamenda the scatter, Bamenda the dilapidate. Make we gods they no cry. Make them.
So, you see, I don't regret the time we shared together going through this message piecemeal. Because, listen, there was a time I took a lot of things for granted. Telling myself, no, our people know better. They know what is deception and they know what is fake. But experience has taught me that we don't take anything for granted. No. We must rise to the occasion. Anytime there's something like this, and edify our people, and educate our people, and let our people know that these ones are wolves coming in sheepskin. That this type, they are serpents coming to you as if they are shepherds. They don't care about you. They are not bothered about you. They are selfish. They are greedy. All what they are thinking about is that pecuniary gains they get now. They don't care about what happens to you and me and the future generation in Ambazonia. That one is not part of the mathematics as far as they are concerned. My dear people of Ambazonia, I want to thank all of you who found time to be here on this program today. I want to thank all of you who are sharing the link and who are going to continue sharing the link as much as possible. Let our people be edified. Let our people be educated. Because we need to know the truth. Once we know this truth will set us free. So you see, these are the real mamas. These are the ones who have our interests at heart. Now they are saying, you keep calling us Mama Amber, and victimizing us, but we will remain strong. Yeah. Say, Mama Amber. Call us any kind of name, but we will remain strong. My dear people of Ambazonia, I really want to seize this unique opportunity to assure you all that I, Mba Akuro, I am personally so proud of each and every one of us. Very proud. Very, very proud of being an Ambazonian. I'm so proud of being a Southern Cameroonian. I'm so proud to be in this liberation movement. I'm so proud to be part of this history-making moment that we, in this generation, will do what it takes to set our people free. I did not talk today about the AAC. I did not talk about our fundraising tour because we are still, rectifying a few things. But trust me, we will be on course. Everything is being done. A lot of consultation is on the way to make sure at the end of the day, despite the seeming cacophony, we shall have just one conference, one people, one conference, one focus, kicking the Republic of Cameroon out of our land. To God be the glory, and thank you all for watching today.